situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. It's taken to the 26. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's caught by Howard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And all the way down to the 9. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
First down. 1st and goal, Baltimore.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Mitchell again. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Hamlin. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, now how about this return? A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a 2nd opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Up the middle they go. It's Hess. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pass. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
Taken down.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Complete to Amaro on the right side. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
3rd and 13.
In motion, the tight end. They're going to look to throw. And over the middle here, Amaro. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
23-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. He converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
There's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hamlin. Hard throw, incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
4th down.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Jets will take over. They'll run here with a rookie. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk to them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one out to the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
39-yard gain on the play.
On the draw, here's Mitchell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And New York set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Here, look at this Baltimore defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Taken from just outside the 30. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing to start the drive. Hamlet. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Jets' 43-yard line.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The Ravens at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now. That's a good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Looking to throw. Hamlet got his man complete over the middle. It's Fitzgerald. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Hamlet. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Fighting to stay upright. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's good for Baltimore. First down. First and goal, Baltimore.
Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, third and goal. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy hit a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 40.
They go play action here on first down. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. And you got caught in between and created a foul.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the Ravens.
Back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Jets on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. He'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first down, it's Hess. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
It's a gain of
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal.
He'll try again. And once again, he's going to be pushed backwards. This time back to the 3. So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
And it's going to be batted down, and start with a run by Mitchell.
And he'll take this one out to about the 13.
So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on second down. Right back to Mitchell here.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
A gain of 4 yards.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
The tackle by Christian Gonzalez. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
15. First down, Ravens.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back to throw now on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
What a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Mitchell.
Second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
Back to throw. Hamlet. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Second and 2. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And that's caught inside the 35.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Starting to feel like fall outside, isn't it? Week 7 on the schedule. Let's get right into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin in Foxborough. The Patriots at home to take on the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. And this is the man at quarterback for the Patriots. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys as they play host to the LA Rams. And here's the Cowboys wideout. Playing like street football. Everyone go.
Ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Spinning past him, and they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession, and he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And they work this well upfield across the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the handoff, Mitchell. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 3.
Mitchell. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second.
A give here to Mitchell. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. An option give now to Mitchell. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball at the 9 on second and 8. Off the bootleg. Hamlin. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
All right, let's give them a little bit of applause here. Good for them because this has been a defensive nightmare for them thus far. At least they're finally getting a couple of big plays. Won't make the scoreboard of the ride home easier, but one good moment to watch in film next week.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Looking to throw. Hamlin. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Jets are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
And the Jets, first down.
Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and
now a handoff up the middle. Pass. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
That's good for a Jets first down.
They'll run on first down. Pull. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 13. That one complete to McConkey. Here's 3rd and 9.
Complete to number 15, Vlad McConkey. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
They'll set up to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, that moves it.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Jets will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. The tight end, tomorrow. 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Fights forward for only about a yard after the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He'll dump that one off to Mitchell.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling this this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is down to 28-10. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
First down. A gain of 12. And the Ravens first down.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Ball placed at the 45 for second and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Howard.
Second down pass. Complete to number 5. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and inches.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. It's a quarterback sneak. And he will have the Ravens first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10.
They run. It's Mitchell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Once again, it's Mitchell. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he is caught. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Off play action. Hamlin. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now it's Mitchell. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up second and goal.
Back to throw. Hamlin. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Jets take over first.
The New York set to take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
It's second and 8.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have a Jets first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. On first down, Poole. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Cool. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
22-yard line.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now back to throw.
To the left side, he's got McConkey.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Looking to put a drive together.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Ravens.
That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jets' 49-yard line.
On the ground is Mitchell.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
47-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Off the play fake. Hamlin. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down in the 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver, complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
They deserve a ton of